just leaving Staples Center, aka Crypto. Heading back home after a loss, tough loss, but definitely had a blast. Definitely had a blast. Shout out to my boy Mookie, man. He made it happen tonight. So appreciate you, bro. Um, so what did we see from the Lakers tonight? Obviously, we get 30 piece by the Kings. That's never good for anybody, right? I'm gonna let y'all see the road too while we drive. That's never good for anybody. We get 30 piece by the Kings, and at home, but it was a tale of two halves. I mean, the first half, we were I think we were up by 6 right at the half. I think we went up by 6 at the half with the starters. Definitely like the energy a couple players brought. I like what I saw from Pat Bev. He was pesky out there, especially up front row and center. Man, you get to see him get his hands in the passing lanes, just really active. I definitely liked what else did I like? I like what I saw from Wenyan Gabriel. He was impressive. Wenyan Gabriel was impressive. Dude was crashing the glass. He was doing little things that I definitely like. However, our offense needs to be fine-tuned, especially the bench. The bench offense needs to be fine-tuned, guys, because we should have, we should have played a lot better. I thought, between Max Christie, Austin Reeves, a lot of the young guys, SPJ, they missed a lot of wide open shots. JTA, everybody was off. But you know what? It's just the first game of preseason. You can't really dissect them too much. However, I did notice that on the defensive end, we're giving up a lot of dribble drive penetrations. That's definitely a concern for me, guys, because last year we suffered a lot from that, right? But on the positive note, I like what I saw from Westbrook in the first half. He was making plays, making passes, attacking the rim, being aggressive. I mean, dude was doing a little bit of everything. So hopefully that continues. AD had like 11 rebounds. I'm not sure. I'll be honest, guys, man. I'm not sure I like Jones as the starter. I'm gonna say that much. I'm not sure I like Jones, Damian Jones as a starter. I definitely like the energy Thomas Bryant brings. Although Damian did have a couple blocks here and there, but the floor space. I saw him take a shot. Man, that thing barely got to the rim. So the floor spacing got to be better. He ends up with 4 rebounds and just 1 point. Kendrick Nunn was pretty impressive to me. Kendrick Nunn was pretty solid to me. At least in the first half. I thought, he had a couple of bad passes here and there, but again, preseason first game, got to knock off the rust. Who else? Let's see. Max Christie in person, his athleticism is mesmerizing. Like, there was one play where he went up to grab a rebound and his head was by the rim. I was pretty impressed by that. I really thought I really thought Max Christie was impressive on the defensive end. Now, offensively, he gets to the rim and does some nice things here and there, but he definitely he didn't finish the layups and stuff like that. So you got to work on all of that. Scottie Pippen Jr., he had 15 minutes. He ends up with 4 points, 4 rebounds and an assist. So he was solid. Again, Patrick Beverley 8 points, 3 rebounds. But it's the things I kept my eye on him off ball and on the defensive end, and just the way he's pesky around the way he was just pesky around on the perimeter. So those are the things I took away from the game. LeBron was super rusty. My boy texted me and said, "Has Father Time came knocking on LeBron's door?" I was like, "Nah, I don't think so. It's only preseason. Got to knock off that rust." But yeah, he was rusty for sure. But we are gonna need other guys to step up this season, big time. I think some of those bench rotations are going to look a lot different with Lonnie Walker, who didn't play. It's going to look a lot different with Dennis Schroeder, who still hasn't got his visa fixed and stuff like that. But on the other end, you got to give credit. Listen, you got to give credit to the Kings, right? They came out here. I told you guys it was going to be a good test. They're hungry. Keegan Murray looks nice. He has 16 points, 6 rebounds. De'Aaron Fox, did his little thing and all that. Rayshawn Holmes they killed us on the glass. And that's something that I was a little surprised by, because we did play Damian Jones and Thomas Bryant. But overall, guys, I can't really critique too much. I was there. I had a blast. If you guys have any questions on the game, anything you guys observed, that's basically much what I saw from the floor, man. I'll probably look at some film tomorrow and all that. But for the most part, defensively, we made a lot of mistakes on the offensive end that turned into, again, transition buckets for the other team. We got to do a better job of taking care of the basketball. That's for sure. That is definitely for sure. And that's not, especially the young players, is expected from them during preseason. But we got to do, we definitely got to take care of the basketball better. But yeah, look, Westbrook played good. Anthony Davis, 11 points, 11 rebounds in 16 minutes. That's exactly what we want to see from him. Russ, he did a little bit of playmaking, 3 assists, 5 points. Didn't force it too much, so I did like that. But I think the most impressive player for me today was definitely Wenyen Gabriel. He was all over the place on the court, man. Bro ends up with 6 points, 9 rebounds off the bench. And that's exactly what he did last year. Reeves underwhelmed today, especially on the offensive end. I felt like he could have did some things, man. He could have did some things and finished some plays and made a couple of mistakes. But again, it's just preseason. I don't want to be too hard on the young players. Cole Swider looked like Cole Swider from Summer League on the defensive end. He was getting cooked. So, definitely can improve a lot of little things. But just want to do a real quick post-game recap with y'all, man. Obviously the next game is going to be, check it out. Check out the license plate right in front of us. Lakers for life. That's right, man. We roll deep over here. Good eye, Mookie. It was wonderful. We're amongst awesome crowd that was interacting with us. We're going back and forth definitely. So I, overall had a good time. Man. There was a couple of drunk guys in the crowd just yelling some crazy stuff, but nothing really popped off this game, right? Hopefully next game we look a lot better. Because if we don't improve vastly, those trade rumors are only going to keep getting louder and louder, right? You heard it. You guys saw the trade talks today. You guys definitely saw all that stuff. So, but on the defensive end in the first half, we looked good. Like I said, we end up with the lead at the first half, and then we benched most of our starters. The bench really didn't impress like that, like I thought they would. But again, it's one of those things where they need more time together on the court. Like I said, new team, new coaching staff. And hopefully, hopefully things change up real quick, man. But if you guys have any questions for me, any questions at all before I get off, man, let me know. Just wanted to make a quick little recap, guys, just for you guys, and break down what I saw with the wonderful floor seats. On the offensive end, he said it's just expected because of the new system and new roster. Oh, for sure. For sure, we don't want to over dissect the games, but we will this season because it is crucial that we get it going early on. And I expect Wednesday and Thursday to be a lot better. So, I expect Wednesday and Thursday to be a lot better, and hopefully they'll get it right. They can go through film and all of that and tweak up some things. There's a couple things. I want to see more pick and rolls between LeBron and AD. I don't understand why that is not. Last season it wasn't implemented, even the year before that with Frank Vogel. I would love to see Darvin Ham run some more pick and rolls, some pick and pops. It's 2-man game between those two, and then look for other ways to get the offense going on the bench, creatively. So we got to find ways to get better in jail. But I'm not too mad at this game. He said, "Hey Dan, get a Patreon." I appreciate you, bro. But listen, if anybody wants to donate, the button's right there, man. Also, you got the Cash App and all that. He said, Cam Bazemore is better than JTA. You know what's crazy, man? The guy next to me was telling me that every time Lakers, like when Cam Bazemore checked in, he's like, oh, shit. He was like, here we go. And next Laker, he's about to kill us. And sure enough, him and Quinn Cook, they came in there. They started hitting buckets and all of that. So, it is always the ex-Lakers for some reason. They feel like they got something to prove. I guess they're butthurt that we didn't pick him up again. And he went off. But I was telling bro, like, listen, there's probably more points than he scored all last season for us. So should we be worried? Well, as Laker fans, even if I tell you no, we're always going to worry, bro. We're always going to worry because obviously we want to see this team firing on all cylinders. And a lot of us are impatient, so understandable. But I saw a good first half, not a great one, but a good first half, and then a horrible second half, right? And obviously the rotations had a lot to do with that. But we need to find ways to, relieve LeBron and Anthony Davis from all that pressure. That's what we got to do, right? As a unit, we have to find ways to, those guys got to knock down shots. My boy said Cole Swider was good, needed more open looks. Oh, he's going to get those, man. Trust me. And thanks for the donation, bro. I appreciate you. Cole Swider is going to get those open shots. Okay, he's gonna get those, and he has to knock them down. My only concern for Cole, man, is that he looks like one of those inflatable balloons at the car lots. What are those called? He looked like one of them, man, on the defensive end. Like it's almost like he's not even there, But his stroke is nice for sure. Everybody knows that his stroke is really nice. But again, I want to see more from him on the defensive end. I definitely want to see a lot more from Austin Reeves on the offensive end. I like the way he was handling the ball and stuff, but he definitely made some passes where he picked up the basketball, and I can read it. You know, being right there on the floor, I can read it. I was like, oh, no, don't make that pass. As soon as he makes the pass, you know, De'Aaron Fox or somebody jumps the passing lane. So he got to set up his teammates better. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cannot – some of those passes where he picks up the basketball prematurely costed us, you know, transition buckets going the other way. And, you know, the Kings are a very young, athletic team, so they're going to do that. And Lakers just have to find a way to keep these type of younger teams off of transition buckets. My boy said Lonnie Walker, Troy Brown, and Dennis will surely help our bench. Austin Reeves will play better. Oh, for sure. And like I said, look, man, there's something I really like about Max Christie on the offensive end. He's explosive. He gets to his spots. He's just not finishing right now. But I do feel like once the game starts slowing down for him, maybe he gets some G League run, a little bit more experience, right? I think he's going to be solid. I think he's going to be good to go. So hopefully he continues to develop. The coaches need to work on his game for sure. He's a smart player. I mean, every shot he took was smart. It wasn't like he forced anything, right? And for a rookie, that's impressive. He was under control, but he didn't knock them down. And at the end of the day, that's what matters, right? The end result. You got to knock those shots down, and you have to make the defense pay, especially when you get that close to the bucket. He had a couple floaters. He missed, and they just rimmed out. You know, I was right there, right next to the rim, and they just rimmed out. But it looked nice, man. Everything about his game looks nice. It's just he needs to polish it a little bit more. But I like his defensive potential. Like I said, he tried to posterize somebody, man. The whole crowd, the whole section went crazy, huh, Mookie? The whole crowd went, oh, shit. Dude was up there, man. Dude was up there. How do I feel about Pippen Jr.? Pippen Jr. is solid on both ends of the floor. I paid close attention to Pippen Jr. when he got subbed in the second half. I noticed that his on-ball defense, he's like a ball hawk, man. He fights through screens. He does a little thing. So, you know, Pippen Jr. is one of those dudes that watch out for him. He might steal some minutes from somebody. I'm not sure if it's going to be at any point this season, but at some point down the line, watch out for him. He might be converted. He was definitely impressive, especially on the end. And he has a poise to him. Like, he's kind of a floor general. You know, for a rookie guard, he has these floor general skills that a lot of rookies don't have, right? They got to develop those later on. But he's coming in here with a lot of poise. His father was sitting really close to us, like 2 rows away up front to the top right. And the guy sitting next to me pointed it out. He was like, hey, that's Scottie Pippen. And we look over and his pops, you know, his pops was not even reacting. The crowd was kind of teasing him a little bit. But it was a fun game, man. And the crowd makes it that much funner, man. I love the Laker family. Being there with Mookie, with my girl, it was a blast. He said Pippen has great court vision. Yes. And the thing I like about him, he's not afraid to get in the lane and do some things, right? He's not afraid to get in the lane, you know, with a little teardrop, finish around the basket, you know, draw contact. He's not afraid. So you got to like that from Scottie Pippen Jr. And he's only going to get better. He's a rookie. You know, he's a rookie. So one of those things, man. It's one of those things that we got to be patient with the youngsters, but this is not their year because, you know, it's one of those things where the Lakers are going to be impatient because we're trying hard to win this season, right? And if these rotation pieces don't show improvement and don't continue to get better throughout preseason, watch out because you heard that rumor that came out of Indiana, right? And Russ even cleaned out and all that. So I am curious to see if over the next couple of days, you know, these preseason games have any sort of, if they show any sort of, you know, if it changes anything for the Lakers. He's at the Clippers game and see the difference between these two. It's only preseason, bro. You can't overreact one way or another. We seen that Clippers movie, and nobody really cares about the Clippers, anyways. But we seen that movie. It always ends in the first or second round. And when teams get injured, they get lucky enough they might make the third round, but it's not nothing special. He's happier playing for Darvin than for Frank. He's doing the little things. Yeah, and you know what, man? Being there, I look over at the sideline and I see my man Darvin coaching it up, man. He was really getting everybody's ear, talking to Patrick Beverly, you know, talking to LeBron, talking to AD. He's doing his thing. And look, I definitely like the communication in the first half, and especially in the first quarter on the defensive end. We eventually obviously start taking our foot off the gas little by little, but it was a total different team in the second half. What's my thoughts on Max Christie? He's very raw offensively, but I like his tools. You know, he has the tools to be a ball player for sure. His athleticism, his defensive instincts, you know, that is what's solid. Savage says, Dan, spacing looks so bad. Well, it's only the first preseason game, but yeah, I guess we're not knocking down shots right now. Hopefully that picks it up, but we knew that was one of our weaknesses, right? Let's see how the front office and how the coaching staff adapts to that, because they're supposedly, tailoring our game to be more of a, in-between game. So let's see. I'm going to be patient, but at the same time, I will dissect every little thing. He said Patrick Beverley is a pesky defender. He had his hand in the passing lanes a couple of times. I'm not sure if the camera shows it, but I was looking at him, and the dude was really getting in there. He said Westbrook cannot be the main ball handler for this team. You know what? They took turns. This is what I noticed. I noticed that I think Darvin Ham, what he's going to try to do this season is he's going to try to kind of spread the ball handling duties up until probably playoff time. That's when you see LeBron really take over. But I think they're going to take turns. I saw Kendrick Nunn bring the ball up the half a couple of times, right? I saw Russ bring it up a couple of times. And then I saw LeBron. So they're probably going to, I think this is why they got all these guards. They are probably going to, to mix it up there. He said, Max Christie will be a solid rotation player, if not a starter in 3 years. Just needs to bulk up a little bit and gain experience. I believe you, man. I believe you. And the key here is that bro looks like he has the potential to be like a Tony Allen type of player on the defensive end. He's athletic. He has good instincts. He jumps the passing lanes really well. And he was contesting shots even from big men at the paint. Now, obviously, some of those were called fouls, which I call bullshit. But, it is what it is. It's preseason. Even the refs were sloppy. But, look, tale of two halves. The first half, we got a glimpse of what the starting lineup is going to look like. We're starting to learn more from this team. I'm not sure a lot of those rookies you saw today are going to get a lot of PT, man. I'm really not sure, right? I'm just not. I think when you add the other players that haven't joined the team, I think, and then that Pacer trade might actually happen too, so you never know. But, obviously by default, these players had to play tonight because not everybody dressed up and not everybody was available. He said Thomas Bryant needs to start to add more spacing for AD to go to work. I agree, Kyrie. I've been saying, to me, Thomas Bryant is a starter. Damian Jones, he has a motor. This guy, he has a great work ethic. He's constantly contesting shots and all of that. But I think I like him better off the bench. I think Thomas Bryant is starter material, and he knocks down his free throws. He has a soft touch, and he's a workhorse, man. He can also space the floor from time to time. So he's a second chance points, killed and turnovers. Yes, we got to tighten that up. The boxing out and all of that has to get better from the Lakers, but I suspect it will be. He said Gabriel looked okay. Gabriel definitely played. He played his heart out, man. He was over here giving a second chance opportunities and stuff like that. He's basically a continuation of what happened last season. Last year, he was this guy for us. Him and Stanley Johnson really sparked us. And we're going to miss Stanley Johnson. I think this would have been a perfect game to, throw him out there. He's scrappy. He could force some turnovers. He's another one of these guys. But I will say this, though. We do have to knock down our shots. Everybody, especially the role players when our starters sit. And if they're not knocking down their shots, if JTA and when we get Troy Brown Jr. back and Lonnie Walker and all these guys, Dennis Schroeder, they're not knocking down their shots, and they will have to make a trade because we need that floor spacing to be a lot better. And we're going to need, LeBron James and AD to be able to get, they got to spell some minutes. And if Russ ain't coming off the bench, right, if he's going to start, then you need other guys that can do it. Buddy Hield sure as heck can do that. And if we get Miles Turner, the rim protection will be a lot better. My boy said JTA was bricking, but you know what, man? I saw him. Like I said, I was there, and his activity, he's constantly jumping past the lanes and doing things. Yeah, they were sloppy, but they were sloppy collectively as a unit. And I think everybody's gonna improve. We got to obviously make some tweaks and adjustments, but it's only game one, man. It was for Sacramento Kings. They got a young, hungry team. Shout out to Keegan Murray, man. I got to see him in person. Dude is a beast. He looked like the best player on the Kings, huh? He looked like the best player on the Kings, no cap. So, but it is what it is, man. And anyways, guys, that's going to wrap up for me, man. My phone, my battery is really, really low, but I definitely enjoyed today. Again, shout out to Mookie for making it happen, man. Shout out to my girl for coming along as well. And thanks all you guys, man, for supporting and all the positive comments today and just joining my live. I streamed the first quarter live from my seat. And so you guys can definitely check that out. Make sure you smack the like button and subscribe if you already haven't. I will be dropping more content throughout the week. from my crib. This was a once in a lifetime thing, man. It was kind of like breathtaking being so close. So I'm very, very thankful, man. None of this is possible without you guys. Thank you guys so much. DTLF signing out. Peace.